The following is a message from your friends at Megacorp.
Do you want to live forever? Of course you do. Buy Ageless today, the Gluonian Corporation's new age-busting serum. A little on your hands and face each night, and you'll be feeling young and sprightly in no time. Normal is overrated. Embrace chemical bliss today. Warning. Our wonder drug may cause unforeseen surges in charisma, resulting in overwhelming popularity, envy, and possibly a side career in espionage. Side effects may include excessive charm, mysterious glances, and as always, watch out for anal leakage. Read the label. My lords, today I bring an amusing report. It appears that the alien species known as the Gluonians were the subject of an elaborate scheme, whereby they were duped out of a rather large amount of energy credits by an enterprising and yet mysterious conman. They appear, however, to have turned this scheme, once imposed on themselves, onto the entire galaxy. It all began when they started construction on a science nexus, the pinnacle of scientific research facilities. I shall detail the events of what occurred for you now. Today marks the start of a wonderful endeavour for the Gluonian people. We've now begun the massive undertaking of constructing a science nexus. It's time the corporation leveraged its financial muscle to attract top-tier scientists and researchers across the galaxy. And we can do this through the construction of the Nexus. From biomedical advancements promising to extend human lifespan to quantum computing, poised to revolutionize data processing, we will spare no expense in securing its stake in the future. The foundation is in place and preparations are underway to add to the main hub. The promise of the new groundbreaking technologies and the realizations of ideas beyond our wildest imaginations. And although the road ahead is long and full of challenges, we have taken the first step. Could the endless mysteries of the universe finally be within our grasp, the Nexus will be equipped with a state-of-the-art singularity reactor. We shall harness the energy of the galaxy. Our engineers are preparing to add the most challenging segment of the facility, the 4 research wings. They will be fitted with pioneering technology, able to withstand everything from violent heat, intense pressure waves, and alien pathogens. They will also provide housing for many of the researchers. Within only a matter of months, I'm pleased to report that the first module of the 4 research wings is now in place. The researchers and staff are already moving into the living quarters. The next and final step of construction will extend the wings, adding 4 sections of laboratories equipped to support the most dangerous of our research. Extensive security measures being taken to ensure the staff's safety. The governing board of the Nexus is currently being selected, and Dr. Groik is the scientist's favourable choice. However, it's likely and frankly necessary that her enthusiasm will be tempered by the bean counters and accountants of our empire. Work on the project continues. In a project spanning several years, today is a truly wonderful day. We celebrate the grand opening of the Science Nexus with its state-of-the-art research facilities and innovative technologies. We will have no trouble attracting the greatest minds from across the galaxy, or we hope even the universe, should we so desire. This feat truly marks the beginning of a new era of enlightenment for the Gluonian Corporation. It's a big day in the history of our kind. The Nexus has been up and running for several months now, and a new and upcoming scientist, previously not well known to us, who has apparently been working for a rival megacorp, has begun to make waves in our scientific community. Today, the board of the Nexus were thrilled to announce that they were given the unique opportunity to recruit this widely acclaimed researcher, Dr. Zazor, a prominent name within the field of life extension. Life extension is, for obvious reasons, a potentially extremely lucrative field. We hope a life extension drug would tap into the vast market fueled by an aging galactic population. As our own population, but also aliens, will seek ways to enhance and prolong their lives. The demand for such a drug is likely to surge and create a massive customer base. Furthermore, we would hope that this would generate continuous revenue streams. Unlike many traditional pharmaceuticals that address specific illnesses or conditions, a life extension drug would likely be consumed on a long-term basis, creating a reliable and sustained revenue stream for the corporation. According to the board, Dr. Zazor and his staff are in the final stages of developing a serum that has shown good promise of prolonging life. However, according to the doctor, they've run out of funds to continue researching it independently. This is a great opportunity, not only to pursue our own research, but potentially to stick it to our competitors. Hiring Dr. Zazor, however, means that we will not have the resource to continue our current research into organic engineering, led by the immensely popular Dr. Groik. She is attempting to streamline engineering research with the use of an organic supercomputer. Dr. Groik believes that she can upload an individual's mind into a supercomputer, creating a new network of synthetic, organic, hyper-advanced computers. The board ultimately, and much to Dr. Groik's disdain, made the decision to go with Dr. Zazor. The promise of a life extension serum and the profits it could bring was far too exciting not to pursue. Several months have passed since Dr. Zazor was brought aboard the Nexus, and he quickly integrated himself into the workings aboard the station. He and his team demonstrated the results from their research earlier this week. The serum, when applied to the skin, causes unprecedented cell regeneration, supposedly thanks to a miracle ingredient, the essence of Blorg, named after its obvious origin, the Blorg. The Blorg do appear to have a wonderful anatomy. It's such a shame they're so clingy. However, and quite sadly, there have been complaints from a few individuals regarding the additional funding Zazor received. Namely, Dr. Groik is most displeased and has even gone so far to accuse Dr. Zazor of being a fraud. She has been vehemently demanding permission, as well as an additional budget of 500 credits to launch an investigation into Zazor's works. If Zazor was to find out, it's likely he would take offense and possibly leave, and we would lose this opportunity for tremendous profit. Despite the potential for disruption, we thought it prudent to investigate. After all, Dr. Groik has been our foremost prominent scientist for decades, and as such, we allocated a small amount of funding for the investigation to take place. Several more weeks passed, and Dr. Groik's investigation into Zazor's research yielded interesting results. It would appear that, according to Dr. Groik, and substantial evidence she has acquired, that not only has Dr. Zazor greatly exaggerated the effects of the serum, he has neglected to mention that it is only temporary. The side effects, however, when overused, can be quite permanent. According to the evidence, some side effects of the drugs when used regularly can include existential overthinking disorder, or EOD, an intense contemplation of life's purpose and meaning, often accompanied by a late-night philosophical discussion. Sufferers may be prone to spontaneous poetry readings and deep sighs. Immortal hair growth, IGH. Uncontrollable and perpetual hair growth leading to unforeseen fashion challenges. Frequent haircuts and styling may become a daily necessity, adding to the time constraints of an extended life. Infinite social media scroll disorder, ISMSD. Endless lifespan may contribute to an infinite scroll on social media platforms, leading to a severe case of thumb fatigue. Patients may require ergonomic inventions to cope with the excessive scrolling. And finally, perseverating pet phenomena. Pets originally chosen for companionship may become lifelong partners with unforeseen consequences. This may include copious amounts of excessive pet hair and the eternal quest for the perfect pet food. Side effects aside, the fact that the serum has been extracted from a gland found in the Blorg could be problematic. It would appear that Dr. Zazor has held several Blorgs in cryostasis for months to secure the necessary supply of essence. It's likely that our diplomatic ties with their empire would suffer if they were to discover the truth. Bearing all these accusations in mind, we sent our corporate police to arrest the doctor with the hopes to bring him to answer for these accusations. Regrettably, Dr. Zazor slipped through our clutches, leaving his staff and test subjects behind. The several Blorg that he was keeping prisoner in the cryochambers have been awoken and thankfully have no recollection of what they've been through. As ever, they appear quite amicable, which, in this case, we are quite thankful for. As for Dr. Zazor himself, he is probably on his way to some distant system under a different name, plotting his next con. With a little luck, the next time he slips up, we'll be there to catch him. His disgraced staff seem to have been as blindsided as we were by his charm, and many have offered to join the Science Nexus permanently to make up for their mistakes. We have put Dr. Groik back in overall command of the scientists aboard the Nexus, and will provide some extra funding in the hope that this incident can be smoothed over. However, we have to address what to do with this life-extending serum, that of course we know doesn't really work. We have forwarded the documentation onto our marketing team and await for what they can come up with. A full year has passed since the incident aboard the Science Nexus, and I'm sad to report that we never found Dr. Zazor, but the fruits of his labour at least produced some boons for us. We marketed his phony serum under the name Ageless, and this essence of Blorg has taken the galaxy by storm. Thanks to a solid marketing campaign, the new organic miracle cream is being promoted everywhere. Organic life in every system across the galaxy are aging less with Ageless. Perhaps this was a win for the Gluonian Megacorp after all. Thanks for watching, folks. If you want to hear more from me, please click the video on screen now.